Honorable members, I want to welcome you to this first sitting of the fourth session of 11th Parliament. As you are aware, Rule 1871 of the Rules of Procedure requires whips to designate members of the sectoral committees at the beginning of every session. Considering that Parliament essentially works through committees, it's imperative that the committees are functional at all the times. Today, the House will designate members of the sectoral committees to enable the continuation of application of their mandate of legislation, oversight, and representation. Honorable members, as you are aware, some of our colleagues are going through investigation. We held a meeting yesterday, 18th June 2024, in my office with the heads of investigative bodies, and we will get a report on the discussion we had, especially on the brutal arrest, not only on our members, but on everybody outside there. We need to respect the rights of our citizens. And on the same note, I watched 3 days back. I actually tried to call Lob, and I think was busy. We couldn't pick it. It was unfortunate. Lob was doing his oversight role. Lob is supposed to check, not Lob, opposition is supposed to check what is happening, what government is doing. Lob had gone to do his oversight role around Hoima Road, Nansana, and his team was tear gassed. I feel that was unfortunate. Because much as we are not supposed to interfere with the enforcement bodies of NEMA, but by the time somebody starts construction, somebody settles in a place for years, and NEMA is not getting to know that this is a gazetted area for NEMA, then there's a problem. We have malls that are built in wetlands. Now, if somebody is going to check and see the people in that area, and you're tear gassing, so where shall we ever get refuge in this? I really want to hear that from government, because it was not called for. It wasn't called for. Honorable members, our work is to support our citizens. And in support of our citizens, we are supposed to understand and know what they are going through. And in the process of us knowing and understanding what they are going through, allow us to do our work. And I must really thank you for going to check on that team. I want to thank you so much. But at the same time, we should not be tear gassed or whichever, because we are doing our work as legislators. Honorable members, the Parliamentary Pension Scheme has organized a hub for retirement planning, and the meeting will be on 21st June 2024. It is a half-day seminar. Kindly attend. 1 year. Next year by this time, I know I'll be having only 5 people in the house. By this time, it is only Kampala. Actually, it is only Kampala people will be around. So, so by next year with Yala, you can see Yala the other side. I want to urge you that kindly, even when we are in the fourth session, don't panic. Don't panic. Go back and be with your voters, talk to them, because you need to have a second term, second or third or fourth term. The Panadol is just starting his first term. So I want to request you people that please go back to our voters. Let's go back and talk to them. Council is fearing to go. Let's go back to the voters. I am not seeing the minister. I expect a statement from the minister, but I will first want to get from the leader of opposition. Not prolong the reaction from the communications
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate you for raising the matter of what's happening in Luvigi, Ganda, Kawala, and the surrounding areas. These people reached out to me severally, including the local leaders, with a petition asking me to come and raise their matter in Parliament. But I said, I don't want to come on the floor of Parliament and speak with not all the relevant information. I didn't want to speak out of ignorance. So I went on a fact-finding mission together with colleagues, members of Parliament from that area, to listen to these people, so that when I come to raise their issues, I am raising their issues and not just what I am thinking. And that's what took me, together with the team that went to that area. It's unfortunate, like you have said, Right Honorable Speaker, that we were met with tear gas, live ammunition. We have not gone to fight. I had not even gone to tell those who are demolishing to stop. I don't have those powers. I had gone to listen to these people. But anyhow, as you have mentioned, Right Honorable Speaker, I think that government should respond to a couple of issues. One, and as you have rightly said, people settle in an area for years. I met all the people. There's a man who says he's been there for over 40 years. People have constructed huge structures, and government is watching and does nothing about it. And they settle there for years. And then you wake up now. Why? Help us understand. Was government sleeping on the job and now all of a sudden has woken up? Or were they waiting in a corner and saying, okay, you construct your structures, spend all your money, get bank loans and spend all your money, then we come and demolish? Why are we operating this way? It's important that government responds to that. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, these people are concerned about the double standards. Right in the middle of that area is a police station. Everything around it has been demolished, except the police station. And so the people are saying, why? Right in the middle of that area is a fuel station. And so they are bothered. They are thinking, why the double standards? They are saying, some actually settled in that area before the police station was built, before the fuel station. And so they are trying to understand why the double standards. Government needs to engage the citizens to help them understand. Because you see, these people are not saying they are lawless fellows and that kind of thing. If anything, Right Honorable Speaker, government acknowledges their presence there. For those that have had business structures and so on, government has been collecting taxes from these people regularly. So government needs to help us understand why operate in this way. But finally, on this issue,
when you talk about double standards, I wouldn't mind the issue of the police station. But there are places where malls are, and you know this is a what? A wetland. There are malls. You get it, eh?
Right Honorable Speaker, not just malls, but factories and so on and so forth. So they are saying, why is it that what's good for the goose is not good for the gander? So the selective application of the law is problematic. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like government to help us understand, when shall we have a comprehensive plan to organize Kampala and beyond? Because when we do this touch a bit here, and that kind of thing, Honorable Speaker, there are structures that keep coming up, including now in the city. They don't plan for drainage. That's why when it rains, the city floods, including outside Parliament here. Why? Because of the disorganized
There's
waste.
information for you.
Huh?
Infrastructure. Infrastructure.
I'll take the information.
Yes. On the Lugogo.
Right Honourable Speaker and members, I think the Right Honourable is alluding to the report about the construction that was happening in Lugogo on top of the trench. By the time Parliament went to recess, the report was ready, and I think now that we're resuming, any time from now, if the Speaker gives it space, it will be read.
We are going to give it space and we discuss that report, because we cannot build on the trench, build on wetlands. And the leader of opposition, as the head of COSASE, I would want you to ask your chairperson of COSASE to have an interaction with the NEMA and find out what criteria do they use.
Thank you, Right Honourable. And as a committee, we look forward to having these engagements. Actually, Right Honourable Speaker, I took the initiative to reach out to the Executive Director of NEMA. And I said, now, let's engage as leaders. One, have you reached out to these people to engage them? And I encouraged him and his team to do so. If anything, I said that should have been the first course of action. First, engage these people, share your concerns with them, let them share their concerns with you. And that has not happened. But yes, I will follow up also with COSASE. The final issue, Right Honourable Speaker, alluding to your communication, is about the arrest of our colleagues. We are glad that some steps are now being taken in the fight against graft and corruption. Our hope is that this shall be broadened and not just narrowed to a few. However, Right Honourable Speaker, to date, it's been 5 days since the Honourable Paul Akamba, Busiki County MP, was rearrested after a court in this country had granted him bail. Rearrested not by police, because yesterday the spokesperson of Uganda Police Force said he does not know his whereabouts. Last evening I saw one of the lawyers saying they have spoken to him, but they did not say exactly where he is. It bothers me. Honourable Paul Akamba belongs to the NRM. I lead this side. But you see, it should concern me when the rule of law continues to be eroded, because everybody will suffer. So it bothers me, even if it's an NRM member.
Yes.
Because we are all affected.
I think we shall discuss that when he presents the report. We'll discuss that, but as far as I know, one thing I insisted to police is that if you want to arrest my member, give the summons to me. Because originally, they would want to pick people anyhow. I said, give me the summons. And as I speak, and I have also said, when you bring the summons, we want, not on hearsay, that jewelry should be the list of 30, those kind of things. No. Tell me why exactly you want this person. And the summons, I have the summons, and as I speak now, Honorable Akamba is at CID headquarters answering charges or allegations on another case. But what we can do, let's wait and get a report from the minister.
I totally appreciate you, Right Honourable Speaker. Just government, because the law defines what an arrest is. So if they have another matter to do with the member, the law is very clear on what an arrest is, who carries out an arrest, because these were plain-clothed men wielding guns, put him in a car. The same thing we've always complained about some of our supporters. They are kidnapped, put in drones, and some people took it for granted. It is real. It's now happening to a member of parliament. It is wrong. government, can we follow the law? Because the law is clear what an arrest is. Who does conduct an arrest? When you conduct an arrest, the family and lawyers of this person must know where you've taken them. But if you take them to God knows where, and nobody can follow up, let's stop eroding the rule of law in our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.